مساء الخير لكل متابعي زاغروس تيفي. أنا شيرين إبراهيم مستمرة معكم بتغطيتنا لفعاليات مهرجان دهوك السينمائي الدولي دهوك انترناشنال فيلم فيستيفال بنسخته التاسعة بمشاركة دولية وعربية واسعة جدا. واليوم معنا ضيف من البرتغال المخرج السينمائي سيرجيو تريفو. سيرجيو, welcome to Zagros TV and welcome to Dahok International Film Festival.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. أول شيء رح نبلش بسؤالنا لسيرجيو عن وجوده بمهرجان دهوك السينمائي. First question, we will start with your role in Dahok International Film Festival. We were talking in backstage about your movie and how you participated in this festival.
Well, it's not the first time I come here. I was here in 2013 and I was involved already in the festival showing a first film. In 2019 I was here also as a jury president for Kurdish films and showing also my second feature film. And this time I'm showing again a fiction film called The Bride. I'm very happy to be here. It's a festival that is different somehow from festivals where you don't meet people, very formal. Here it's a pleasure to watch films that you don't watch in other places. For instance, today I watched a film called The Boy from Heaven, which is fabulous, and I will watch again another one called the film by Manu Halil, Neighbors, that I want too much to see. So it's a pleasure to watch all the films that are here.
طبعا مثل ما خبرنا السؤال الأول كان عن دوره بمهرجان دهوك السينمائي الدولي. طبعا حكى لي أنه هاي مش المرة الأولى اللي بيشارك فيها بالمهرجان، كان موجود قبل بال2013 وبال2019 كحكم للأفلام أو عضو بلجنة التحكيم للأفلام الكردية المشاركة، بالإضافة إلى وجود فيلم خيالي له قبل من هاي السنة، والفيلم الخيالي اللي شارك فيه أو اللي أخرجه لهي السنة اسمه The Bride. وعم يحكي عن المهرجان بأنه هذا المهرجان بيختلف نوعا ما عن المهرجانات اللي شارك فيها اللي بتكون أكثر رسمية وفورمال، فهو هون حابب الجو اللي فيه تفاعل مع أعضاء لجنة التحكيم، المخرجين، المنظمين والممثلين، بالإضافة إلى الجمهور المشارك. فاليوم كان حضران فيلم لمانو خليل المخرج السوري المعروف، بالإضافة إلى الفيلم اللي حاز على إعجابه الشراء من الجنة. So let's talk about The Bride.
Yes.
We were talking in details in backstage, so let's go to details of the movie.
Okay, I will tell you about The Bride, but I will shortly still mention another film that I saw yesterday, which is a Canadian film from a Syrian Kurdish girl called One Day, that is the best ever documentary made related to ISIS. And it's important that people know that, especially in your TV. It's a piece of art, it is a masterpiece. One Day is a fabulous film.
One Day,
everybody should watch this film. I watched dozens of extremely bad films regarding ISIS. This one is a piece of art.
Okay. قبل ما نحكي عن فيلم اللي قام بإخراجه The Bride، فحب يلقي الضوء عن فيلم شاهده البارحة عن فتاة كردية سورية، فيلم كندي طبعا عن فتاة كردية سورية بزمن داعش، واللي بيرشح الناس كلها حتى تتفرج على هذا الفيلم وتشاهده، كون انه فيلم جميل وممكن انه يحكيها بكل صراحة انه قطعة فنية أكيد غلبت كثير من الأفلام اللي حكت عن نفس موضوع داعش. So let's go back to The Bride.
The Bride. Yes, The Bride is a fiction. It's a fiction that I started to think about long ago. At the starting point is when many girls from European origin, Germany, France, Portugal, started to come to Syria and to Iraq to join ISIS Daesh. And they would come here to get married to ISIS fighters, that they look like Rambos, and it was a kind of a fantasy. Not only the daughters and the sons sometimes from Muslim families in Western Europe, but also Christians, non-believers that suddenly were converted not to an Islam of peace, but to
this radical
criminal theory of religion.
Let me just translate this
Yes.
part, and we will go back to
Yes.
this brides. طبعا السؤال كان عن الفيلم. الفيلم هو القصة أو الموضوع تبعه عن فتيات أوروبيات من دول أوروبية متحضرة عايشة برخاء وبنعيم من ألمانيا وبرتغال وإسبانيا وإلى آخره، بيقرروا ترك هذا النعيم والرخاء والانضمام لتنظيم داعش الإرهابي، إما عن طريق الانضمام لهم كزواجهم من المقاتلين أو الانضمام بطرق أخرى. فهو هلأ رح يحكي لنا عن الموضوع اللي هو زواج الفتيات أو الفتاة الأوروبية من المحارب اللي بيقاتل بتنظيم داعش، سواء إن كان من خلفية إسلامية أو مسلمة، أو إذا كان حتى من خلفيات أخرى، لكنهم قرروا أنه ينضموا للتنظيم الذي لا يمثل الإسلام بصورته السلمية، وإنما للتنظيم المتطرف اللي بنعرفه كلنا. So let's continue with the bride.
Okay, so at that moment there was a surprise and the mystery. Those are the two most important words for those girls that came. I was surprised, there was a mystery. One of the things that interests me the most is the parents of them. The parents, they did not understand what happened to their kids. It was such a non-understandable situation what happened to them.
So may I just interrupt you in this topic? Like, what is your opinion about a girl or a woman that lives in very good condition if we compare it with other parts of the world? She lives all this luxury, all this good life, and manipulated somehow to go and join this radical organization.
I'm not sure it is luxury. I'm not sure it is luxury. The fact is you have different levels of society. The most important thing is that diversity. They are not rich or poor. You have rich and poor. They are not of high instruction or only by low instruction. It's a mix.
It's a mix, yeah.
It's a real mix. And the fact is that very often what you listen is that you have people that were trying to find a reason for their life. There is an idealism, always idealism. And if you don't understand that the people who came were dreaming about something, you are not understanding them. Sometimes your dreams are wrong, but you dreamt about something, and this was a kind of an ideal. Maybe it failed, but this is the starting point to understand them. The film itself starts after the fall of Mosul. Starts when those girls, in fact this girl, she already has 2 children. She's pregnant of a 3rd one. She has, she will go to...
So when she comes to Mosul, this is what I mean. Like when she comes to Mosul, she gets married or she's just having a baby out of the marriage borders. How it's
the film starts after, the film starts when her second husband is killed. So she is already here. She has been in Syria, she has been in Raqqa, she has been in many places. But the film starts at one point where she's already a lonely woman in a prison camp.
Okay, let me just start with this. طبعا نحن عم نحكي عن الفيلم وقصة الفيلم. الفيلم بيبلش من امرأة أو خلينا نقول زوجة لأحد مقاتلي داعش اللي already كانت حامل بطفل وعندها طفلين آخرين. طبعا وبعدين بيرجعوا backwards للأسباب، أو خلينا نقول الفتاة اللي أغرتها الأفكار المثالية عن إيجاد نفسها أو سبب وجودها، وليش تركت حياتها بغض النظر عن الخلفية اللي بتنتمي لها اللي أدتها أنه تختار هذا الطريق. فالمين فوكس أو السبب أو التركيز الرئيسي لفكرة المخرج أنه السبب الوجود، أنه كل صبية كانت حابة تعرف سبب وجودها في هذه الحياة بالإضافة إلى المثالية في التفكير. So we were talking about the beginning of the film where it starts with a lady who is pregnant. Then
she's pregnant, she has 2 kids. She witnessed the execution of her second husband, and then she's between 2 systems of justice, because in Iraq, theoretically, she could be executed if she's proved to be a terrorist. In European systems, she couldn't be because there is no death penalty anymore. This is totally impossible in any European country. But she's between those 2 systems, and my aim is to try to understand what is in her head. The only thing I can, but I will not give answers because there is so many different cases. There are some of them which are totally convinced of Daesh ideology. Some of them that regret totally what they did. Some of them that changed a little bit and not. What I portray, this is a portrait of a woman between 2 universes. One, the universe she came from, where she could have drink all night, she could have tried to have lovers, she was listening to Amy Winehouse songs.
Yeah, like we say, liberal lifestyle, right?
Extremely liberal,
yes.
But she was not happy with that, and she looked for something else, and I don't believe she found exactly what she was dreaming, because she's in a hell now. So, but she is between those universes. And the second one, we often have it in the media in Europe, in a kind of a caricature, and I try to give the viewer a kind of opportunity of not having just a caricature, because the women's circle in which surrounds her, it's real. It's there is something that is not only a caricature of fanatic Islam. There is something else, and this opportunity that I give the viewer is what makes the film rich for a Western audience.
طبعا البداية كانت مع المرأة يلي شاهدت تنفيذ حكم الإعدام بحق زوجها الثاني وهي حامل وعندها اوريدي طفلين، وطبعا المصير اللي بينتظرها هي مع طبعا بعد ما تم الانتهاء من معارك الموصل ومع القضاء على داعش بصورة كبيرة بالموصل وسوريا، فهي بانتظار يعني مصيرين، إما أنه يكون مصيرها كإرهابية ويتم فيها حكم أو تنفيذ حكم الإعدام كونها إرهابية، أو ممكن تسفر بطريقة ما إلى أوروبا. وهون المخرج بيلقي الضوء على الحياة اللي كانت تنتظرها، يعني هي بتكون بين خيال وتفكير، أنه هي كان من الممكن تمارس حياتها الطبيعية في بلادها الغربية، بتزور المطاعم الكافيات والبارات، بتعيش حياة مستقلة وبحرية تامة. أما هون فهي رهينة لمستقبلها ولمصيرها المجهول لحد الآن، فهو ما عم يعطي الأجوبة من خلال الفيلم عن اللي بيدور براسها طبعا، وإنما هو كل شخص رح يكون في عنده يعني الطريقة يلي هو بيتخيل فيها شو ممكن يكون براس هيك مرأة. So let's continue with the bride.
Okay, it is based on true stories. It's not one. I studied different cases. This girl, this girl, this girl, and there are reportage, news, and I followed different, and I built up a story with those cases. Some of the dialogues, like the court dialogue in Baghdad, or the dialogue with general and commandant. Those dialogues are based on real dialogues that I have seen on screen, and I transformed a little bit to be the dialogues of this film. On the other hand, there is a lot of real things, because even the camp is not a prison camp. It is a refugee camp that looks very much alike, that we transformed. We built some other things to make it a prison camp. The prison is a prison, the court is a court. So when you watch the film, there are different things that seem to you, this is a fiction, a documentary. And even the secondary characters, what in here you say comparse, I guess.
Yes.
I took, for instance, Syrian refugees, women, 50, 70, to play the role of ISIS women with the veil, etc. And they know how you eat, how you sit down, how you take the care of the babies. And all these were things that for me were difficult to write down. But for them, it's the normal life, the way to behave, etc. So there is a lot of reality in the film, even if it is a fiction.
Yeah. طبعا الفيلم يدرج أو يكون ضمن الفيلم الخيالي، لكن بوجود عناصر كثيرة أو كبيرة من الحقيقة، من خلال حتى النصوص كانت مأخوذة أغلبها من المقابلات أو التفتيش أو المقابلات اللي تمت في المحاكم. طبعا بالإضافة إلى استخدام الكومبارت أو الشخصيات الثانوية في الفيلم من الكامبات والمخيمات، حيث أنه ساعدت المخرج في إيصال الصورة الحقيقية، كون أنه هو كمخرج من البرتغال كان بيلاقي صعوبة أنه يلاقي الممثلين الأجانب بيتقنوا التفاصيل الصغيرة المتعلقة بحياة المرأة الداعشية. طبعا نحن ما عم نقارن، لكن فقط اللايف ستايل. فتم استدعاء نساء بعمر 50 و60 من مخيمات اللاجئين وتوظيفهم بصورة كانت واقعية أكثر ما تكون خيالية، اللي بيتضمن أو بيندرج ضمنها تصنيف الفيلم.
On the other hand, it was a big challenge because, as I told you, 90% or 85% of the film is in Arabic. I don't speak Arabic. And 30% is divided between Portuguese and Portuguese and French. And the main actress that plays this role didn't speak a word of Arabic. And we filmed mostly in Dehuk and some parts in Mosul. And in this area, even the local actors that play the Arabic roles, which are very, very, very good actors like Hossein Hassan, Rakesh, or Benkin Ali, they have Arabic as a second language, which they don't use in the common day. So all the film was done with coaches. A very strong coach, Arabic teacher, who was coaching the girl for speaking a proper Arabic as a foreigner, but a proper Arabic, and the Kurdish actors to speak Arabic as if it was still their mother tongue.
Yeah.
So all of and me being a foreigner, directing actors sometimes without following exactly the language. All of this was a huge challenge.
Yeah, but let me ask about the main character, the lady that was playing the main role. She was from Portugal, I believe.
Yes.
And how she could manage to speak that good Arabic language by only the torture that was coaching her?
Yes, this is the way. Well, she's 20. She's a fantastic actress. I chose her precisely because I didn't want to have a dramatic films with this kind of horrible faces all the time. I wanted someone. Precisely, I mentioned the documentary of One Day did by this Syrian girl in Canada, which is non-judgmental, is not trying to make drama out of something which is dramatic enough. You don't have to put drama on something which is already not drama, but tragedy.
Yes.
So she was perfect, this actress, which is a very young girl, to play a role, very difficult, of this divided girl. About the Arabic, she learned phonetically. It's something that happened. I did many films where actors are supposed to do that phonetically, and she did. It was not a problem because she needs to speak an Arabic of a foreigner. So if she makes a mistake, she's a foreigner. That's not a problem.
Yes, that makes sense because the film is already about the European woman that comes to join the ISIS and to learn Arabic,
Exactly.
which is perfect. Yes. طبعا الفيلم هو عبارة عن 80 إلى 90% باللغة العربية وباقي 20% باللغتين الفرنسية والبرتغالية. الشخصية الرئيسية أو بطلة الفيلم هي صبية بعمر العشرين من البرتغال. ما كانت تحكي عربي طبيعي لأنه موضوع الفيلم أو نص الفيلم عبارة أو بنص على النساء الأوروبيات اللي تركت بلدها وإجت وانضمت إلى داعش. فالبطلة الرئيسية تم تدريبها أو تعليمها اللغة العربية عن طريق الأساتذة والمختصين وقاموا بتعليمها اللغة العربية، بالإضافة للفنانين المشاركين اللي هن من خلفيات كردية مثل بنجين علي وريكش، فأيضا تم تدريبهم على إتقان اللغة العربية اللي راح تكون طبعا اللغة الأساسية والرسمية في الفيلم. So, what is the end of the bride? End of the
you
story.
have to watch it. You should watch it to see how good is her Arabic, etc. The film goes from the prison camp to the prison to the court where she's judged. In the middle, she's visited also by the mother of her last husband. She didn't want to marry him, but she married because in Daesh sometimes when you become a widow, you are married to the first guy who appears, and then she has the visit of her father, and the films finish before the sentence, the final sentence at the court, but where we know that she's just accused of entering Iraq illegally, and we know that if she is accused of belonging to a criminal organization, she might face death penalty, but we don't know exactly what happened, but there is a card at the end that says the truth. The truth is that in Iraq, what happened is that there is a kind of non-written agreement somewhere that European fighters could disappear, be killed without any problem. No European country would care at all about a French which is killed, a German which is a Portuguese, etc. But about the women, there were some hangings and some women executed from Syria, from Iraq, from other countries, but not from Western Europe. Those ones, they have remained, and sometimes they still remain in a kind of a limbo, especially in Syria, not here in the camps, and the kids are in a limbo, in a situation of non-definition. So there is no European girl that was ever executed by Iraqi courts. This is the truth.
نعم. طبعا كان السؤال الأخير عن الفيلم أنه شو كانت نهاية القصة أو نهاية الفيلم. طبعا نهاية الفيلم غير واضحة أيضا، بس بتفرجي تسلسل الأحداث المرأة يلي فاتت إلى العراق، لأنه تم تصوير الفيلم بمدينة دهوك أغلبها وبالموصل، فالمرأة يلي فاتت على العراق بطريقة غير شرعية أو بطريقة غير رسمية، فما بينتظرها أكيد المصير المناسب. فهي كان عبارة عن أول شيء كان في محاكم في الكامب، بل بالأخير بتمر عبر الكامب ثم يتم إلى المحكمة، والمحكمة حسب ما بتقرر. لكن المخرج بيقول أنه في نساء من الشرق الأوسط سوريا والعراق ومن بلدان أخرى تم الحكم عليهم بالإعدام بسبب اتهامهم بالانضمام للتنظيمات الإرهابية. أما النساء اللي كانوا من بلدان أوروبا الغربية، ألمانيا، فرنسا، برتغال، فحالياً أنه ما في أي حكم بالإعدام تسجل بحق إحدى هذه النساء أكيد المصير اللي بينتظرهم مش مصير جميل أو خلينا نقول لطيف، لكن لم يتم حكم الإعدام. يعني هي على الصورة النهائية تم حبسهم أو حصرهم في مخيمات معروفة الاسم في مناطق من سوريا والعراق. Now I want to ask you about the festival itself, a part of the movie. How do you see the organization of the Dehok International Film Festival? As you've been here for many years, do you see it's like getting better, and what is your opinion about?
Well, I told you in the beginning that it is a place where you can watch films that you don't watch in other places. I go from festival to festival, and I'm very happy to be here because I have the opportunity to watch other films. On the other hand, it's a very warm and familiar festival where people can be together, know each other, meet each other in a way that is not so common. We feel this similar feeling between Kurdish here society. Just before this interview, I was having lunch in the Syrian camp with the comparse of my film. This kind of family, we feel the same things. On the other hand, there are things that need to be improved. For instance, yesterday I was watching some Kurdish films that are in the Kurdish competition, where you have an international juries, and there were no time for reading the English subtitles. And this is not the festival, this is possibly the producer and the director of the film. You have a subtitle that is this size, and you arrive at the end of the third word, and the subtitle disappears. And it's like that for 1 hour and a half. So it's not really of a proper producer that wants his film to be watched by people who do not speak Kurdish.
Yeah.
If they want us to follow the film, they have to have proper subtitles with the proper time, and this is part of the film. It's
Yeah,
part
this is
of
like a technical, it will be by time developed.
If you want people to watch a film, you have to be very detailed on these things.
Yes, but we were talking before that you came from Venice
Yes.
festival, right? So it's like also a very good sign from Venice Festival to the Dehok International Film Festival. So this is my point. So we are already in that position. We can say, yes, we had a producer who came from Venice Festival to Dehok, right?
Well, the film I've seen this morning was in Cannes Film Festival. It was the winner of Best Script. The title of the film is Boy from Heaven. Boy from Heaven is the winner of a script in Cannes. It's a very good film. So Dehok Film Festival programs good films and sometimes have the directors here. It's different size of festivals. Cannes Film Festival is industry. Everybody goes there. It's totally different kinds of festivals.
Yes.
Cannes or Venice are festivals which are important for survival everywhere. If you are in Cannes, if you are in Venice, your film will travel, will go to cinemas in different countries. The Dehok Film Festival is different. It's a kind of a family.
Yes. So this will be my last question to you. It was a pleasure to have you on Zagros TV and in the Dehok International Film Festival, and wish to see you in the next years as well.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. طبعا السؤال الأخير لحلقتنا لليوم، كيف شاف تنظيم مهرجان دهوك السينمائي الدولي؟ طبعا هو حضر أكثر من نسخة، فطبعا كان الجواب أنه عم يتطور المهرجان، وهو بالإضافة إلى التنظيم العالي. الشيء اللي بيعجب سيرجيو أنه دهوك انترناشنال فيلم فيستيفال فيها الكثير من الحميمية وفيها الجو غير الرسمي اللي هو بفضله، لكن هناك طبعا كان في بعض التقصير خلينا نقول التقني اللي كان مرافق لعرض الأفلام الأجنبية من ناحية الترجمة، فهي كانت النقطة الوحيدة اللي حب يركز عليها سيرجيو. مشاهدينا الكرام، وهيك بنكون وصلنا لختام حلقتنا لليوم. مستمرين معكم، شافونا بالحلقات الجاية. إلى اللقاء.
جد